Hey guys, we will be talking about personal money management, and this will be a two-part video series. Ang unang topic natin for today, it's all about cash flow management. Once again, I am Aris, your CEO of Financial Wellness. This channel is all about financial wellness. Kung gusto mong matuto kung paano magtipid, kung paano mag-ipon, kung paano mag-invest, don't forget to follow and subscribe to my channel. And also, like this video as well. And now, let's talk about managing your cash flow. So ano bang ibig sabihin ng cash flow muna? Let's define what cash flow is. I would say cash flow is ang pagpasok ng pera sa bulsa, from one bulsa, and paglabas ng pera sa another bulsa and any activity in between. So, for example, today is sweldo. So, papasok ang pera sa isang empleyado, gagastos siya, magbabayad ng kanyang mga bills, expenses, manonood ng sine or kakain sa labas, mag-iipon, and then, at the end of the day, kung may matira, that's actually part of the cash flow. So anything, any activity that involves yung paglabas ng pera sa bulsa mo at pagpasok ng pera sa iyong bank account or kung saan man, that's actually your cash flow. All right, so I will be sharing with you tips on how to manage your cash flow properly. So unang-una, be mindful where your money goes. So importante yan guys na dapat alam nyo kung saan napupunta ang bawat sentimo ng inyong pera. Di ba? Hindi yung magugulat ka isang araw na yung sinweldo mo nung 15 on 16th or the 17th of the calendar, biglang mawawala na kasi hindi mo alam kung saan napunta yung pera mo. It's actually a good practice na magkaroon ka ng sariling notebook, or kung gusto mo, kung medyo techie ka or technologically savvy ka, you create an Excel file or a budgeting tool for that. So alam mo kung saan napupunta ang bawat sentimo ng iyong pera. Pangalawa, pay yourself first. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Usually kasi tayo, ang ginagawa natin, di ba? When we receive our income, binabawas natin kaagad yung pera na gagamitin natin for expenses, and then whatever money is remained or retained, usually yun na lang ginagamit natin for savings. Now, ang itong principle na itong, ibig sabihin nito, pay yourself first or PYF, is you allot a budget for saving first, set it aside, and then whatever is remaining, ibig sabihin, yun na yung gagamit mo for expenses. In that way, mapipilitan kang mag-save or mag-ipon para sa iyong future, di ba? Which is actually a very good practice in the first place. Our third tip, it's all about following a budget. Like I said on the first tip, no, it's being mindful where your money goes. Yung budget mo, this actually tells you the story of your cash flow. Unang-una, pagdating ng pera sa 15, ililista mo kung magkano yung na-receive mo, tapos nakalista doon kung saan mapupunta yung pera. Now, magandang practice yun guys, para at least alam mo by the end of the day kung may natitira or kung saan nga ba napupunta talaga yung pera mo. Since we are talking about budgeting, this is a formula na pwede nyong gamitin sa inyong pagbabudget. It's called the 60-20-20 formula. So ano bang ibig sabihin nito? That's 60% for operating activities, 20% investing activities, and then 20% for personal activities, for a total of 100%. All right? So 60% operating activities, so lahat ng monthly recurring expenses mo should go under your operating activities. So guys, 60% of your monthly net income should go to operating activities. Ano ba mga kasama nito? This actually represent your needs or yung mga pangangailangan nyo as a family. Examples would be food, rent, utilities, transportation, etc. Now, 20% naman should go to your investing activities. Ito yung mga paraan para mag-create ng yung money to create more money, ika nga. So this represent your priority. So kung priority mo na mag-save for your education, for your children's education rather, for your retirement, for a big house or a car, ito, ang part na to, this should be allotted at least 20%. Now, the last would be 20% personal activities. This should be spent on leisure and fun. So ibig sabihin nito, this represent your wants. Examples would be dining out, but definitely not this pandemic, no? Pwedeng shopping, online shopping, then vacation, entertainment. Now, maganda to. Ang kagandahan dito is you have 20% na allotment for your personal activities. Ibig sabihin, this is the part na para sa'yo naman bilang nagtatrabaho ka, at least maramdaman mo na may napupuntahan yung pera mo. Kumbaga, it's a pat in the back para hindi ka naman ma-burnout ng sobra-sobra. So again, guys, this is the 60-20-20 formula. This is just a guide, and this is not necessarily applicable sa lahat nga. Minsan kasi usually when I conduct personal finance planning, no, karamihan sinasabi nila it doesn't work. Ibig sabihin kasi sinasabi nila na mas malaking percent usually ang napupunta sa operating activities, which is fine. Again, personal financing, this is actually very subjective. Kung ano man ang merong sitwasyon nyo, it actually dumidepende, no? Usually ito, 60%, pwede natin gawing 70% yan kung majority of your finances really go to operating activities. Ang pwede natin gawin, kung pwede namang mabawasan yung personal activities, pwede natin ilagay sa operating activities. Basta lang, ang importante lang is we make sure that we allot something or at least 20% to the investing activities. Again, this is a guide for you if you don't have any formula or any budget to follow. Again, it's a 60-20-20 formula. Ayan, para ma-appreciate naman natin how the 60-20-20 formula works. So this is an example. Say for instance, merong empleyado whose current age is 30 and ang peak age na 60. And usually kasi ang retirement natin, guys, mga 60 to 65, di ba? So currently, that employee has 30 working years left and ang monthly net income niya is 25,000. So monthly net income, ibig sabihin nito, this is neto. This is after the taxes and loans kung meron man na marireceive ng employee. Yan. So yung 25,000, hahatiin itong employee na to using the 60-20-20 formula. Operating activities, that's 60%. So dito mapupunta electricity, water, rent, transportation, food, pang-grocery, cell phone, tuition fee. So at least ito nga, it should not exceed 15,000. So maganda yan. Halimbawa, at least hindi tataas kung kaya naman ng budget mo na hindi lalagpas sa 60%. Investing activities, again, these are the activities that would allow you to create more money for your future. Example would be your life insurance, retirement fund, and savings account. So out of the 25%, 20% lang naman yung kukunin ng investing activities, and that's 5,000 pesos in this example, no? And lastly, for personal activities, that's 20%. Pwedeng yan pang clothes shopping kay Lazada, kay Shopee, add to cart. Pang leisure, dine-in, movie. Sa ngayon, ipon-ipon muna. Probably kapag out of ECQ na tayo. And then grooming, pwede rin. And then travel, pwede kang mag-ipon ng travel fund. So total should be 5,000. So ang guide natin, guys, it's a 60-20-20 formula. And as much as possible, hindi tayo lalagpas dito sa allotment na to. And again, kung meron man tayo ibabawasan para idagdag sa operating activities, pwede natin tanggalin yan sa personal activities. Again, dahil mahalaga na meron tayong investing activities na nakaalat para sa ating budget. So that's about it, guys. I hope you learned something from me today. We actually talked about cash flow management. And ang next topic natin for our next video, it's all about how to make your money work for you. So please let me know if you have any comments, suggestions, or any violent reactions. And please follow this channel and like this video. Thank you, and I will see you in our next video.